Hello everyone, welcome back. Thanks for joining. This will be a quick message and just information in regards to the Capricorn full moon on July 13th. So for whenever you're watching this message, a full moon energy can really last at least for the remainder of the week, but at least like 3, 5, 7 days. You can definitely still be feeling this energy and likely have already been starting to feel this energy. With the moon cycle, you have kind of this 2-week cycle from new moon to full moon in terms of kind of like these mini manifestations. And in regards to the full moon cycle in the sign, so this is a full moon in Capricorn, the new moon in Capricorn was January 2nd, right at the beginning of the year. So it's kind of a nice reflection for us to think about coming into the new year. What were you thinking about manifesting? Because likely this is that 6-month cycle, that kind of halfway point really, in terms of like, what have you manifested and what have you been working on and what's working for you in your life and what's not. That's Capricorn energy, 10th house, right? Around work, around what you create in this world, on this earth. Kind of the expression, like the physical manifestation of your spirit is how I like to think of it. We also have Saturn in retrograde going on, right? So it's sort of like Saturn, when it's like a very long, slow cycles of Saturn, is kind of these lessons, these learnings, and like kind of the discipline, right? And so when it goes in retrograde, it's kind of like when mom's away, right? What are you going to do? And as these things come up on a full moon, when we're releasing stuff, it's really illuminating stuff for us to look at. It could feel uncomfortable. It's like, what patterns do you fall back into? Do you fall back into those old patterns because Saturn's not there kind of keeping you, in check? So that's kind of the energy to work with. So with that being said, check out the individual readings for fire, earth, water, air for the full moon that I will also post. Or if you're watching on YouTube, linked below. And I kind of wanted to pull an oracle message really quick with this last minute we have here on these cute little new dog cards, because I don't know, I'm feeling a little playful. Solitude, time to restore. Yeah. I mean, I think this is really calling for us to say, like, take that time to really think about, like, if you're and right now there could be triggers. It's a full moon, things can come up, right? So sometimes we have that initial, again, Saturn in retrograde, to go distract, maybe go out, go do things. Maybe, the way that we distract is to connect or kind of dive into something that isn't really self-reflective. But here, the advice again is to solitude, time to restore. It looks like be in nature. Actually try to take pleasure in some of these little things. And especially if this stuff coming up around work, it's like, give yourself permission to just be and sit and recognize that there is enough time. There's no rush. I think it's such an important message right now that's coming through. You have the time to reflect and to sit and be still. All right. See y'all in the other videos. All right, fire signs, this will be a quick reading for the full moon in Capricorn. I'm going to pull an overall energy for kind of like the lens to look at the energy with, because especially with full moons, when we can be releasing a bunch of stuff and stuff's coming up, like it might be nice to get that like overall energy or that lens, maybe that little bit of like a lesson or advice of how to view something. So let's see what comes out here in this cute little dog oracle deck I got. Ooh, resistance. What we resist persists. Oh, I actually love that message, because again, that makes me think of, it's really pain times resistance equals suffering, right? Like pain is a reality and we feel pain, but when we suffer, when we sit in prolonged pain, it's because we resist, right? Being present and actually just acknowledging truths, emotions, the present aliveness of what's happening right now, acknowledging that liberates energy. It does release suffering. I know we have the natural instinct to avoid or distract or even solve, but solving it first comes with acknowledgement. Beautiful message. So whatever comes up, let it come up is the advice here. Let it feel feel uncomfortable. Let yourself feel it, acknowledge it, because it wants to be seen so it can be released. 1:22 on the clock when I say this. Okay, fire signs. What else for fire signs you need to be aware of for this full moon? Ooh, we said truth, Ace of Swords, bam. A lot of the time that's a confirmation card for me that I said like what needed to be said. But yes, there is a truth here that will come about here. I think when you sit into whatever's coming up, what is coming up needs to be seen, because there's a truth about it. There's a truth underneath, and a truth, again, illumination of a truth under the full moon. The full moon illuminates things that need to be seen. So right on message here. What else for fire signs? Show me more about this truth maybe, and take it how it resonates. Everyone can be going through their own thing, but the general dynamic is here. Wow, 7 of Wands, resistance. Yeah, the truth about resistance, the truth about your experience here and how to actually even problem solve. You know, Capricorn has that energy of problem solving around work. Check out my message in terms of the general message on Capricorn energy for this full moon, but there is that element of it coming up of like, how do you work with energy, or what isn't working and what am I resisting letting go of? Because full moons are about release. And I know it can be hard to, I don't know, sit into that and realize you need to let go of something. But if it's not working, especially something you started at the beginning of this year, yeah, it might be making you feel a little bit like this. Whatever's not working, that's putting you in this 5 of Pentacles, exhausting you. It's another key here. If something exhausts you, take a look at that. All right, yeah, 3 of Pentacles, take a look at that and work with that energy. Beautiful message, fire signs. Hello, earth signs. This will be a quick reading for the full moon in Capricorn. I'm going to start out with this oracle message, and just to kind of put a lens, especially with full moons, we're releasing a lot's being illuminating, a lot's coming up. So it's kind of nice to kind of have that overall energy to kind of like keep in mind is kind of what I'm getting and being drawn to pull. So let's see what comes out here for earth signs. This kind of overall lens, advice, loneliness, longing to belong. All right, so something could be, again, there could be some of you that this full moon, again, is bringing up some heavy stuff, things to look at, right? What isn't working? That's what this full moon's about, especially from what's not working from the beginning of the year when it was the new moon in Capricorn on January 2nd. So again, things could be coming up, right? Maybe it's making you feel a little secluded or that you want to seclude. But for some, there could be something even being presented to look at in terms of belonging, community. It's kind of like that. I mean, for me, that's 11th house Chiron. That's where my Chiron placement is, right? In terms of belonging, in terms of community. So, you know, I think the key here is it's like, if you are feeling this energy, you know, you can work with it, right? And really use it as time to reflect, or also now reach out. There are people, sometimes it takes that initial reach, and it actually is healing for us to kind of go against our natural tendency if we feel sometimes when we don't belong that we want to continue to exclude, so we don't feel that rejection. That reach, especially to those you trust, even just reach to receive, that's medicine. So don't be afraid to reach. All right. What else for earth signs coming up on this full moon? What else for earth signs? 8 of Chalices, yeah. Again, like this is an energy of, again, walking away from something or walking to your ultimate fulfillment, walking towards maybe a sense of that community, that belonging, where you belong, leaving something behind, right? Something that's not working or doesn't feel true to you or really isn't giving you that satisfaction in terms of feeling connected or feeling connected to what you're doing, even in work and job. Like, do you feel like you're a part of something? If you're not really feeling like you're a part of something, I feel like there has to be this element that it works on paper and logistically it works, but we also need to be connected. And that's what this could be. This lack of connection is important. Connection to your job, your work, the things that you spend time in your life. It is important. It is important, earth signs. I mean, this is your energy here too, right? So sometimes I feel like, again, a lot of the earth signs, you can really get into like being a master at what you do, but then it's like, don't forget about that element of heart though. Yeah, wow, that's what we said. 9 of Chalices, what are the odds? 8 to 9, that is what's happening here. Whatever comes up, listen, allow it, because it is actually pushing you to what truly fulfills you. That 9 of Cups, your purpose. Love it, earth signs. All right, water signs, this will be a quick message for the full moon in Capricorn. I'm going to start off with a quick oracle card, this cute dog oracle. So, but this will just kind of give a lens in terms of what's coming up. We know with full moons, we can be feeling it. The emotions come out, things are illuminated. So how are we going to work with this energy? What lens should we be looking at it from? What type of lesson? So let's get going and see what that is for you, water signs. Choice, get off the fence. Yeah, being empowered to make a decision. Again, Capricorn energy, in this full moon, what's working and what's not working, especially stuff you started manifesting from the beginning of the year. I say that in the overall full moon message, so take a look, but you have a choice. And the choice is yours. 44, when I say this, I feel like you're going to be empowered to make a decision, or the stuff that comes up and the way that it's feeling, it's just going to be very obvious. It's like, it's time to move, because I need to get out of this energy. I need to feel more connection, take it how it resonates. But I just feel like you're moving away from something, someone. It's just like, it's time to go. I feel like you're going to possibly see that. And again, going may not make change, but then it's like either recommit, or move forward. Yeah, water signs. All right, what else for water signs? Oh, 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, you can feel like, well, it's a hard decision for some, because I feel like you've put a lot of work into something, a lot of time, a lot of energy. You've planted these seeds, and I feel like you expected them to sprout more. And it's sort of like that suspension moment where you're like, but if I leave, is that when it's going to happen? If I leave, that's when it's going to happen. I'm also getting, for some, you can even have some like incentives at work. For instance, like retention or something that's like, if you leave, you won't get the rewards if something happens, right? Like, some sort of a financial exit or something. And like, you're kind of feeling like, well, what if I go too soon? And that's like this kind of trick that's being played on you. But the point is, you're here now, and this is your experience. And if you're ready, if you need something different, it may be time to go. Page of Pentacles. I was also thinking in my head, again, like, if there's more information to learn, gather it now. Just put yourself out there and try to get the information. And there could be a piece of information that illuminates the choice, that really just makes it crystal clear. So if you're on the fence, gather all the evidence you can right now, and also gather the evidence that's being illuminated. Look out, because something may come in that just makes it very clear. It could be a new opportunity, but there is something to learn here that can help you make this choice. One more message for water signs. Wow, all Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, yeah. Making that choice to continue to build or invest in something. So it could be to keep building or to build something new, right? But it is about that commitment energy, water signs, all right? All right, air signs, this will be a quick message for the full moon in Capricorn. I'm going to start off by pulling one of these cute new dog oracle cards just to get a lens for this energy. Full moons, it's about releasing, things are being illuminated, things are coming up. So what is that helpful lens or advice or lesson to be kind of viewing anything that's coming up? So I'm going to start with that. So let's see what comes out for you, air signs. Loneliness, wow. Earth signs just got this out of all the cards, and I shuffled this multiple times and did a reading in between. So yeah, there's a trend here. Feeling, again, like not belonging or alone in something. And I feel like this is kind of the energy that could be coming up. Again, Capricorn energy is about what's working, evaluating what is working. And it is the 10th house, so it has to do with our work as well, but it's the things that we create as an expression of our soul. What is working for us? And I think we might feel this lack of connection to some of the things we spend a lot of energy on. So if there are things that you're contributing to, and it doesn't feel like you're getting something back, and it doesn't, here's the thing, especially when it revolves around work, we think in terms of reciprocation back in financial, but there could be this lack of connection. And I think I gave the same message to earth signs. So let's see. But I do feel it, and I can see how it could feel really lonely, or you could just be feeling disconnected from people right now, or this energy can make you want to seclude, and I get that. Yeah, 10 of Pentacles though, wow. Okay, so this is about, abundance, and I'm hearing the word legacy. So whatever it is, I feel like, again, like you have these ultimate goals. You have this vision, and I feel like you've been working towards it. And there could be even some of you, like I'm kind of getting the same energy, 144 when I say this, the same energy of like, you kind of have this goal, right? Like, I want to get promoted. I want to be vice president. I want, etc. Fill in the blank. And then you get there, and it feels lonely. I'm even hearing it's lonely at the top. And why is that? It could be for some of you, you are kind of have reached a pinnacle, and it is like, you get promoted, and like, it is kind of lonely at the top, right? It is hard to connect, or like with the people below you now, especially if they were your peers, and now like you're their boss or you're higher up. But also it's like, it's this feeling of like, I thought it would feel a certain way. I thought it would feel a certain way when I got here, but it doesn't feel it. And that's because there's the missing heart connection. Oh, 2 of Cups, yeah. And for some, again, this is, union, right? This could be with another person. There could be maybe even a lack of a lot of too much work in your life. And again, what's working, what's not. Maybe your work life, your financial success booming. right? Career booming, money booming. Love, maybe not so much, or take it out, it resonates, reverse the energy. But this is connection of the heart with another, and this is this ultimate abundance, right? How do we merge the two together? I feel like that's the message here, air signs.